I've always loved to sing, ever since I was a little kid singing in the school talent show, but as I've gotten older, my voice has changed and notes that used to ring so beautifully in the air don't even make it out of my throat. So this really isn't an issue much in the choir I'm in, Sweet Adelines, because I have the opportunity to sing a lower part. But I'm also the cantor and organist at my church, and I repeatedly run into the same problem. All of the hymns are too high. So when I first started thinking about this issue of church hymns being too high, the first thing I thought was that traditional hymns are written for 4-part harmony. So you have soprano on top, then alto, then tenor, and then bass. So if my little teeny church had a decently sized choir, this wouldn't be a problem because I could just sing alto, maybe even tenor. But the issue is at my church, it's just me singing. So that means I have to transpose every song every week. So how hard would it be to just make a lower version available in the first place? So maybe it's because the key is easier. Lots of hymns are pitched in F or in G, a very easy key for pianists and organists, because you only have one sharp or one flat. But how hard would it be to pitch a hymn in D or E flat? It's not that different note-wise, and yet it makes a huge difference to the voice. Many people have argued that only trained singers should be cantering at church anyway, and I have 3 huge problems with this. First of all, I don't know about other Christian churches, but at least here in the Catholic Church, everybody is supposed to be participating in the liturgy. So even if you had a cantor who could hit these really high notes, most people in the congregation can't. So what's the point of having the song that high if people who are supposed to be participating in the liturgy can't even participate because they're not comfortable opening their mouths? So second issue, what about smaller parishes that can't afford to hire musicians? And what about people like me who are highly competent musicians but didn't major in music in college? There are tons of great musicians I know who aren't professionally trained. Should they be excluded just because their range is not as big or because they can't transpose on the fly? Finally, there are plenty of trained singers who are altos and basses. Everyone can extend his or her range through warm-ups and daily practice. But certain people just sound better in certain areas of their voice. The cantor at a Catholic Mass is not a performer. He or she should be supporting the congregation, not drowning the other people out. I've definitely been guilty of viewing Mass sometimes as a concert and overloading the church with high volume on my microphone. But hymns should be pitched in keys that are comfortable for both the cantor and the congregation. I'm very grateful for an electric organ at our church that allows me to change the pitch of any song with one button. I'm also grateful for sites like Corpus Christi Watershed that offers a long list of public domain church hymns and will transpose any of them for you if you email them. Maybe I'm just annoyed because I personally have a low voice, or maybe it's just because I'm a recreational and not a professional singer. But seriously, it would make my life, and I'm sure the lives of so many others, much easier if we could just make the hymns lower in the first place.